everyone. My name is Yug and today I'm going to talk about were relationships stronger before cell phones were invented, aka cell phone addiction. Now, I may have an addiction myself, but that doesn't mean I can't talk about it. In fact, who knows it better than me? Let me start off with a fun fact. Do you know that 80% of the children check their phones every 5 minutes? Crazy, right? Americans now check their phones 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes according to the new research by global tech care company Assurian. And I'm sure many of us are the part of that 80%. Take a second to think about how many times a day you use your phone or just check your phone. There are many people who actually have a panic attack when they lose their phone or can't find it. It's called nomophobia. 66% of the population shows signs of nomophobia. 2 out of every 3 people are addicted to their phone. A new study shows that when people are on their phones, they smile less, affecting their ability to connect with others. Now, the big question is, why are people so addicted to their phones and can't spend time with their families? Well, here's my opinion. Take social media for an example. Every single time you post a photo, let's say in the matter of 15 seconds, you get 5 likes. Well, those 5 likes may be small, but it affects your mind in a huge way. Those 15 seconds of happiness sends a message to your brain saying that I want more. Then you post another photo and another photo just to see if that someone liked your photo. Now you're spending every 5 minutes of your day just to see if that someone liked your photo, which is why you do not spend time with your family, even if that someone is across the world and you've never met them. And it's not just kids who I'm talking about. It's adults too. We don't talk to each other in the same house. For instance, some families text to each other in the same house. Why don't they just talk to each other? Is it too difficult to approach each other directly? Have you ever noticed people busy on their phones even when they are out with friends or family? I've come across this problem many times. Fubbing and pulling out your cell phone at the dinner table or in the middle of a conversation is just a bad cell phone etiquette. Unless there's an urgent matter you need to hear about, there is no reason for you to keep your phone at hand when you are with other people. Relationships are the cornerstone of our happiness. Fubbing makes us feel bad, but even worse, it leads to unhappiness and depression. Relationships are hard now because conversations become texting, arguments become phone calls, and feelings become status updates. My mom told me that back in the early 1980s, she loved watching the movies with her family and friends. When they all arrived at the theater, they stood around, laughed, chatted, and grabbed some food. This was before the age of smartphones and even widespread cell phone adoption. If they used the phone, it was to text someone to see why they were late. Our cell phones were not the center of our worlds. They were things we had on us to serve a purpose, like a wallet. Our primary world was with each other in the present and enjoying the moment. But things have drastically changed. Today, I went to the ground to play with my friends, but we weren't talking to each other. In fact, we weren't even looking at each other. We were looking at the ground, chin tucked in, smoking into a soft glow of an LED screen. My grandparents told me that in the earlier times, family members used to watch TV serials like Ramayana and Mahabharata together, and they bonded well. They used to share their problems with each other, share joy with each other, and also cook together. It is rare nowadays. We are now addicted to watching it alone on our phones now. Earlier, teens used to spend time with each other, going out together and playing games like football, basketball, etc. I remember when I was in second grade, I did not know what YouTube was because I always wanted to go and play with my society friends. But now, when I go to the ground, I find my friends with phones, including me. We all play games now. But the difference is we play them on our phones now. We play games like Roblox, Among Us, Fortnite, Minecraft, and even Garena Free Fire. Personally, my favorite. And you won't believe what just happened yesterday night. My mom and dad both were on their phones. And when I asked them to play with me, they said no, go and study. Did you know that an annual survey conducted by the children's magazines highlights found that 62% of the kids aged 6 to 12 said their parents are distracted when they are trying to talk to them, with cell phones use being the top culprit. Think about it, how it feels to be ignored. It's certainly not a feeling you'd wish on your children. Let me share how much fun I had during my outbound trips and outdoor birthday parties, where we were not allowed to bring any gadgets. It was tough for me, but believe me, it was so much fun. We all did some thrilling activities and danced around the bonfire. Those days are one of the best days of my life. Saying all this doesn't mean that cell phones are invented for the worse. Cell phones are an invaluable technology that has fundamentally changed the way we communicate and get information. Cell phones allow individuals to have an unlimited access to the information and to connect with others in a way otherwise thought impossible. Today, during this pandemic, we get a lot of information on available hospital beds, ICU beds, oxygen beds, vaccines, and medicines through our WhatsApp and Twitter handle. It's a boon when used wisely and without getting addicted to it. I would like to conclude by saying that mobile phones make you closer to the people far from you, but it takes you away from the ones sitting next to you. Thank you and have a great day ahead.